If you're new to the podcast community and you want to start a new podcast and you're looking for a platform that is user friendly, that has everything you need at your fingertips, that won't set any limits, that you can earn money, then I would recommend Anchor. Now, Anchor can be used basically anywhere. You could be in your car, you can be laying on the sofa in bed where you can edit, record, and upload. You can throw in soundtracks. Everything is there for you. Now, I use it because, it's user friendly and it is free, and I find it really easy to navigate without it being very confusing. Now, most platforms, before you can even try it out, you need to sign up and pick a plan. I like Anchor because I don't have to go through any of that. So I recommend it. Now, if you really want to get into it, I recommend you going to your website, anchor.fm, and, signing up. Or you can download anchor.fm from the Google Store, iTunes, and give it a try. So don't forget to go to anchor.fm, sign up, and I'll see you all in the podcast community. Hello, and welcome to the seance room, where we communicate with our dearly departed and the occasional annoying, frustrating, but friendly office ghost. The seance room is a place where we all come to discuss everything and anything under the paranormal umbrella. So stay with us, join hands, and enjoy the episode. Hey folks, welcome back to another episode. In this episode, we are going to be discussing the haunted Foothill Blvd, or the real ghost of Route 66. Now, if you don't know what Route 66 is, Route 66 starts in California and crosses many multitude of states as it goes to the East Coast. Now, along the route, or the route, however you want to say it, there are interesting little places to check out. For example, the world's tallest bottle of ketchup. I don't know who want to see that, but somebody wants to see that. Or a restaurant that boasts that if you finish a 72-ounce steak in an hour, you have that steak for free. That one was in an episode of 911 Lone Star, I think. But then again, there's also other unusual things happening now. When you first look at Foothill Blvd, it looks similar to any other street in the city, right? They all look familiar. So you wouldn't really think anything creepy about Foothill Blvd. But it's said that there is a man with a striped shirt and a dog that always passes by, and when he walks by you, he vanishes and he disappears. So that's something that is going on as we speak. The striped shirt, people say, is reminiscent of the ones that you might have seen in the turn of the century photographs, of a young man dressed modest to go to the beach. those striped swimsuits that the guys would always wear. Nothing compared to the itty bitty teeny tiny weeny bottoms they wear. Now, others, however, have stated that he seems a bit more recent. He just has that modern look to him. That stick is just some kind of a walking stick, they say. Now, the dog that follows him, they describe him as a black dog, some type of mutt, which is sad, and with matted fur. Now, in every account, the man and the dog cross the boulevard, disappear until somebody else spots them. Now, I believe this would be a good place to go drive down Foothill Blvd and see if you come across anything. But again, you never know. Now, the next one, another location is, now, a lot of people seen various apparitions around town. Now, this one native Utah person heard rumors for the years. He was walking across the street just like everybody does, and then he stopped, looked right at him, and then pointed at him. The dog snarled without making a sound and then charged after him. The man turned and ran, and no doubt looking like an idiot to everyone else. He ran 8 blocks before he turned around, and of course nothing was there. Nor is that man alone. Now, after 5 other witnesses have given similar accounts of being chased through the streets, either by the man or the dog, or both. Now, in those cases, people have said that the walking stick that he has looks more like a razor-edged sword, which is weird. Okay. I don't know about this one, just for the fact that it could possibly be true, but I don't know. Now we're gonna travel toward the Pacific Ocean, and we're gonna discuss 9 haunted spots in Northern California where you can camp on the beach. So these are haunted beach locations, which, I would have never thought about it. But then again, why can't a beach be haunted? Now, if your dream involves the sun, the beach, the sand, and your RV, you're in for a treat, okay? So there's a whole bunch of good haunted spots to go camping up north. But beware, some of these beachfront campsites are haunted, okay? So you've been forewarned. Now, if you want to go visit, please do. I want to know. So you gotta let me know, okay? Now, we all know that there's many spirits that haunt the California beaches and call them home. Some will scare the campers, others don't hesitate to lash out to the living. So unless your next camping trip is going to be your last one or not, here are 9 haunted locations. Alright, so you guys ready? Ready, set, go! Sunset State Beach State Park Campground in Watsonville, California. Now, If you're camping at Sunset Beach State Park with kids, remind them not to talk to any strangers after midnight, especially if they're named Steve. In 2014, a woman woke up to the sound of her daughter talking to someone at 2 a.m. While checking to see if her other children were up, the girl turned her head and told her to sleep. When she asked whom she was talking to, she told her that Steve wanted a friend to stay with him. The woman's daughter suddenly began choking, so they switched the lights on and ran to her. The girl had fainted, but then when she came to, the mother noticed marks of small fingers surrounding her throat. I'm telling you, these ghosts don't mess around. They don't fuck around. Number 8, Doran Beach Campground, Bodega Bay. I'm looking at the picture, and it kind of reminds me of the beach where they filmed The Birds. Not many people know this, but the Doran Beach is one of the most terrifying places to go camping in the northern California coast. Sorry, I can't spoke today. Now, one spot you should be very careful around is the shower and the restrooms area, especially in the morning. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not morning, it's midnight. I'm not wearing my contacts. Now, according to a camper, he heard soft moans. Soft moans? Really? As he was about to step inside. Embarrassed, he decided to wait outside, but the moans turned into shrill screech, followed by a manic laugh. Now, how would you like to be experiencing that crazy shit? You hear these soft moans. You're thinking somebody's getting groovy in the bathroom. Then all of a sudden you hear this maniac laughing, freaking screeching, and that. Yeah, you'd be. Now, he was expecting a murder scene, and he ran into the restroom and found no one. The worst, however, was not over. While looking around, a pair of ice-cold hands grabbed his left ankle, and he fell into a puddle of blood. Terrified, he ran to the nearby ranger station, but no one believed him, as there wasn't a single drop of blood on his clothes or on the restroom's floor. And of course, there weren't any bodies. Number 7, Calm Beach State Camp, Arcata. Now, this is one of the least known NorCal coastline. Now, that's because of issues like a pit toilet and reports of homeless people. But fans of the paranormal know that the Clam Beach County Park Campground, that's a long-ass phrase, as a hotspot for the paranormal. Campers claim seeing things float around their tents. Some were shaking awake at 3 a.m., only to find there was nothing remotely nearby. And the beach itself isn't very safe after midnight. The camper reports seeing someone walk towards the water. He looked her way and put his finger to his lip to shush her. Smiling in a sinister way, he continued walking into the water. Sprinting to save him, she lunged at his legs, but only grabbed water. The man disappeared without a trace. Walking back to the beach, she couldn't even spot his footprints. She left quickly and never returned. Crazy. Number 6, Bodega Dunes Campgrounds, Bodega Bay. I still say that this Bodega Bay beach looks like the movie from The Birds. There's that one scene where the kids were at the birthday party and all the seagulls started attacking. I swear, folks, this beach looks exactly like it. Because maybe it is, huh? Never thought about that? Nope, Denise. Well, think about it. Huh. Sorry. Got sidetracked talking to myself. Now, if you want an eventful night while beach camping in Northern California, this is where you should be. Blackish figures have been sighted near the water. Ooh. And if you're on the beach after midnight, you may experience dizziness and cold chills as the figures appear. Legend has it that these are the ghosts of victims of the women in the water. This entity, which many report looks like a pale woman with flowing black hair, opens her mouth wide as she's screaming. While no sound ever comes out, her scream has been known to terrify those who come across her. So if you're camping in Bodega Dunes, don't get caught by the woman or her victims. You may not be as lucky as those that speak about it. Ooh. Number 5, Sea Cliff State Beach, Aptos, California. Now, that even during the day, that place looks haunted. Sorry, I cannot spoke today. I'm struggling to spoke. I did another podcast. I was a guest on an earlier, and I was even struggling through that. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't spoke today. With tons of driftwood and decay, you can't but expect to see ghosts all over the beach and campsite. But it's in your RV that you need to worry the most about. Some campers experience sudden suffocation while asleep. Ooh, I would hate to feel that. A few reported seeing a bright pair of red eyes and smelling decayed flesh before fainting. Others have often heard a soft gasp when they wake up, only to feel even more pressure. So if I were you, I wouldn't camp at this place by myself. You never know. Number 4, North Beach Campground, Pismo Beach, California. Wait, isn't Pismo Beach where they have the golf tournaments? I don't know. I'm trying to remember here. Beware while interacting with the people at the North Beach Campground. Some of them are far from alive anymore. Now, in 2016, a camper woke angrily at night due to the sounds outside his RV. Expecting one of the displaced homeless to be the culprit, he shouted loudly as he stepped outside. That's when a huge orb pushed him to the ground. Suddenly, he felt multiple hands beat and scratch at him. After many futile efforts, he managed to escape the unforeseen foes and run to his RV. Now, according to him, the orbs of light waited for him and invisible hands beat the door. It wasn't until he started praying that it quieted down again. Very interesting. Number 3, Casper Beach RV Park and Campground, Mendocino. Now, Casper Beach is said to be a hotspot of paranormal. Now, many campers report seeing figures glide along the beach late at night, and some say they hear footsteps around their RV or screams coming from the beach. Now, one story even made the news of a woman vacationing there in 2010. Now, while she was sunbathing in a secluded part of the beach, I wonder if it was the nude beach. The woman felt a pair of hands caress her back. Trying to get off the sand, she felt the same hands firmly pull her back. Now, scared, she tried to scream only to feel the sand trickle down her throat. Ooh. It took 5 minutes for her to get away from her invisible captor and get help. That is crazy. Number 2, West Point Beach RV and Campground in Westport. Sorry, it's not West Point, it's Westport. I'm apologizing now because I am fucking struggling to spoke tonight. So, yeah, at least I'm not yawning. That's a good thing. But I can't spoke. Its proximity to the beach makes it one of the best places to go beach camping in Northern California. It's also what makes the last person to be faint of hearted. Now, more than 20 years, campers have reported seeing a tall figure that makes its way from the water. Now, as recent as 2014, some describe the tall entity as a tall male with light blue skin, wide eyes, and a gaping hole where the mouth should be. Legend has it that's the ghost of a local criminal. When the authorities couldn't incriminate him, the locals took things into their own hands and dumped the body in the water, gangster style. Since then, the angry ghost has been seeking revenge and dragging campers who don't escape his cold blue hands in time. Francis Beach Campground, Half Moon Bay. Now, the ghosts of Francis Beach don't care whether it's day or night. In fact, many have seen terrifying spirits during foggy days. While lying on the beach with her eyes closed, a camper felt chills despite it being a summer day. She suddenly felt as if something blocked the sun. Opening her eyes, she saw a distorted face parallel to her own. The eyes sockets were empty, but she felt the entity's hatred toward her. Once the fog began to lift, the entities disappeared, but not the woman's fears. Kind of sounds like the movie The Fog or The Mist. I forgot which one it was. It sounds very, very interesting, to say the least. Now, between Haunted Foothill Blvd, which I probably would give it on a Miss Hyde scare scale like a 2 because it wasn't scary, and 9 NorCal Beach haunted beaches, I would give it on a Miss Hyde scare scale of a 8.5. I probably would have given it a 10 if they actually had more people talking about their experiences at the beach. Yeah, so now with that being said, what do you think about tonight's episode? 2 different stories, 2 different locations, one in the south and one in the north. I also want to thank the beautiful listeners who helped me reach 1,000 plays. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I use podcasting to distract me, to help with my mental illnesses, so it kind of forces me to focus a little bit. So I want to thank all those who subscribe, who listen, who enjoy my podcast. Please, send me a message. I have all my information in the description. Send me a message telling me how you are, what you're doing. I really want to know, if it wasn't for you guys, I probably would, be struggling with the podcast. But, it's you guys that keep listening, keep coming back, and keep listening to the stories that, pushes me to, create more content. Now, if you want to donate to the podcast, there will be a link below. Again, I am not forcing anybody. That is not my goal. If you feel that you want to help better the podcast, by all means, there will be a link for you to donate. You could donate $1. Donations, I'm not forcing you to donate, hey, over $10. No. It's donate what you want. Also, I'm thinking of coming up with stickers, shirts, and possibly mugs or something like that, to give to, to those who donate. So I'm still working that out. I don't know what I want for that. But other than that, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast. My ultimate goal for 2020 was to hit 1,000, and I did that, so thank you very much. Now, my second goal is to hit 1,500 by December 31st. I know it's possible. I know we can do it. So please, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe this podcast. I would greatly appreciate it. You guys did it for 1,000. Let's try to do for 1,500. So with that being said, I'll talk to you all later. Bye. Thank you for joining us in the seance room. I hope you enjoyed the episode today. And I would like to thank all our new listeners, all our current listeners, and all our future listeners for joining us. With that being said, please like, share, and subscribe our podcast. We are on all platforms from Apple to Spotify to castbox, soon to be iHeartRadio. So you can probably find us on all podcast platforms. If you have any stories you'd like to share, please go ahead and email us at whattheparanormal1977@gmail.com. We'll take a look at your story and we'll read it. If you would like to follow us on social media, we are on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also leave us a message via the Anchor app. The link will be listed below. And with that being said, we close the seance room. And we hope you all have a good day. And keep it ghosting.